Hello, my name is Henry Kim. I'm a professor of mathematics at the University of Toronto. Today, I would like to talk about beginner's guide to proof. You need to convince someone of the truth of mathematical statement, the correctness of your argument, and hopefully give some insight about what the result means. It is called a proof. A proof is expressed in natural language. So you need a good English comprehension and writing skills. But a proof is different from an essay. It has its own style and vocabulary. It is like learning a new language. There are many different kinds of proofs. It requires practice and experience to know which one to use. So here are three examples: direct proof, proof by induction, proof by contradiction. So let me briefly explain each one. The first, direct proof. Direct proof, the conclusion is established by logically combining axioms, definitions, and earlier theorems. So for example, theorem, the sum of even integers is always even. So proof goes as follows. Consider two even integers x, y. Write them as x equals 2a, y equals 2b. With a, b integers. Then x plus y, it becomes even. The proof by induction is as follows. So suppose you have this statement Pn for each natural number. So you show two things. P1 is true, and second, if Pn is true, then Pn plus 1 is true. Then Pn is true for all natural numbers. So for example, if you have this statement, 1 plus 2 plus and n equals n times n plus 1 divided by 2. So clearly this is true for n equals 1. And suppose it is true for n. And then you show that this statement is true for n plus 1. Since it is true for all n. And thirdly, proof by contradiction. Suppose we have this theorem, square root of 2 is an irrational number. So proof by contradiction is to assume that square root of 2 is an irrational number and deduce a contradiction. So suppose square root of 2 is written as a over b, where a and b are non-zero integers with no common factor. So then a squared equals 2b squared. So then 2 divides a squared. So then a is even. So write a equals 2c with the c an integer. Then 4c squared is 2b squared. So we conclude that b is also even. So a and b have 2 as a common factor. So this is a contradiction. So here are some tips on proofs. First, proof should be concise. They should not be wordy. So for example, the sentence, let f be the function defined by f of x equals x squared plus x, is far clearer than writing, let f be the function whose value at a particular number is equal to the square of the number added to the number itself. Second, state what you are proving. For example, suppose you are assigned the following homework problem. Prove that if x is a real number, then x squared is greater than or equal to 0. Instead of copying this verbatim, it's better if you start with a statement like theorem. If your x is a real number, then x squared is greater than or equal to 0. Third, show where your proof begins and ends. Each proof should begin with the word proof and end with a distinctive symbol such as the square at the end of the paragraph. So this video is sponsored by St. George UVF. Please check out stgeorgeuvf.org or follow on Facebook or Instagram.